Hey everyone, it's Maria here. Welcome to today's live Q&A session. It's good to be here with you. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Maria Sumilov. I am the personality decoder and I show you how to heal and grow your relationships without massive disruptions to your day-to-day lives. Now, today's question is a little bit different and it's from Amanda. And thank you so much, Amanda, for this question. It's great to have these kind of a little bit left field questions from time to time. So your question is, what is it like to impact or to run an impact-driven business? So thank you so much, Amanda, for this amazing question, because you've noticed something that a lot of people don't notice, and that this business is driven by impact. So this question really shows an understanding that if we want to create a concentrated impact in the world on whatever level, it doesn't happen just by accident. Yes, sometimes people can get really lucky and they can come up with a really good idea and everything goes absolutely perfect for them. And that's fantastic. But most often creating impact is not as simple as that. So creating concentrated impact. So for example, for us, it's creating a more compassionate and effective world for the future generations. It doesn't happen by posting, random Facebook lives like this, or just funny memes or things like that. And it's so really clear for me that this question is coming from a place of layered impact. So Amanda here obviously understands that creating positive change requires organizing and also commitment to serve. So thank you, Amanda. So the short answer to your question, Amanda, is that running an impact-driven business is hard. And it's also rewarding. So what is it like? It's hard and it's rewarding. And it's hard because impact doesn't happen overnight. So for example, our vision is a 20 to 50 year vision, which means that, we're in this for the long haul. If you want to create true impact in your life, it takes time. It's not going to be 6 months and you're done. It's years. You need to look at, like, a short-term plan is a 5-year plan, right? So it doesn't happen overnight, and that's something that you have to take into consideration when you're running an impact-driven business. The other thing is that it's hard about running an impact-driven business is that people in general, you, me, everyone else, we want to create categories to make sense of something that we don't quite have the full picture of. And many people have not run an impact-driven business. Therefore, they don't actually understand what we're doing and how we're doing it and why we're doing it this way. So for example, because we're creating an impact-driven business, or we're creating this impact in a personal development industry in particular, we, Sumilov Academy, are often categorized into two main boxes. We're either money-hungry, money-hungry, power-hungry narcissists who just want to have attention, and who take advantage of people who are struggling, or we're flighty weirdos, on the other hand, who lack credibility and are just off with the pixies, and we can't possibly know what we're doing. So a lot of the times, because a lot of personal industry, unfortunately, can be like that, that's how we get categorized by people who don't know us. So that's hard as well. There is, of course, space in between, for building a financially viable business of integrity, which is what we're going for. So that's another hard thing about running an impact-driven business, is how do we as a team show people that we are actually we want to be a financial viable business, because this is our work, but we also come from a complete place of integrity. So that's really important to us, and that needs to be something that we have to work on all the time to make sure that we're getting the message through. Another thing that's kind of out of the top 3 things that are hard in this particular industry and in this particular work is that this vision that we have of more compassionate and effective world, it requires change, and people don't like change at the best of times. So people really only want to change when things are unbearable how they are right now. So change is scary. It can trigger us into our most primal behaviors, as you've seen. And so simply doing the work, creating the videos to answer questions like this, and writing the books and the courses and the programs and building our own social media safe house, which is what we're doing right now, is not the only work. The other work is navigating the emotional landscape of every person that we work with. So those would be kind of the main challenges around why running an impact-driven business can be hard. Change doesn't happen overnight. People like to put you into boxes that they have a point of reference to. And so getting your message across is really important and can be difficult, especially in this industry. And then because our work is change oriented, people don't like change at the best of times. So that is challenging, but it's very rewarding as well. Again, I've kind of put down top 3 why it's rewarding. And I think the main thing that keeps us intuitives going, if you're an intuitive person, you probably understand what I'm talking about here, is that this work at its best offers hope and change for a better future. And this is my top pick for this, because we've literally stopped people from committing or completing a suicide. So when I see a person, falling in love with themselves, really seeing themselves for the first time, and they see how hope is restored in their minds, they can actually aspire to those higher levels that they've been dreaming of, as well as stop themselves from making a permanent decision based on situation that may change when we change how we do things. So that in and of itself, seeing that hope being restored in somebody's eyes, it's feeling a bit emotional right now talking about it. It makes me feel emotional and very humble, because that is, if that's not the most incredible gift to give to somebody, another feeler, then I don't know what is. So seeing people love themselves and accept themselves, maybe even for the first time, gives others a permission to accept and love themselves. So that's really beautiful, and that's why my top reason of why this work is so rewarding. The second thing that's really rewarding about this work, or running this kind of a business, is that we have a power to change, heal, and grow relationships. And human beings crave relationships. We feel, unless we have safe and nurturing relationships, we don't feel safe and nurtured, which means that we don't have a sense of truly belonging as the full self of who we are. And this work teaches how, our clients, our students, our beloved group members, everybody who comes in contact with us, we want to make sure that, or we want to do our best to make sure that we can help people and show people how to heal and build meaningful relationships. So that's one of the kind of the second main point for me of why this is what's really rewarding. When I hear a person overcoming their childhood trauma to build a loving relationship with their dying parent, that's just like incredible. I didn't know I was going to be this emotional doing this video, but here we are. That is quite incredible to see that passage, and because parents do hope the best for their children. So repairing something like that is just absolutely incredible. Or when I see a marriage repair after, say, an indiscretion, and both parties can really show up as their authentic selves going forward, that feels like a job well done to me. So that's super rewarding to me. And then also people, my third point in why this is really rewarding is because people who have self-actualized themselves through this work, they tend to support other people. There's this willingness of paying forward. And if you're creating impact, you want to create, want to have this generosity of heart be passed forward. And this, of course, creates this massive ripple effect that has the power to bring healing to every corner of the world. And of course, as you may know, tuning in, if you've been working with us in the past, or you know anything about us, we have integration mentors that I've trained personally that are continuing this work in their part or corner of the world, which is we're bringing this as wide and as far as we possibly can. So those would be my main things about why it's really meaningful and rewarding. We get to do work that genuinely changes lives and sometimes even stops people from making permanent decisions from temporary positions. Also having that positive change to heal and grow relationships, and even potentially heal and grow relationships that have a deadline to how long it's going to last, and also repair relationships that kind of could easily go down a whole different track. And finally, the ripple effect that we can all bring to the world when we are feeling better in ourselves. When we succeed, we naturally want other people to do well too. So that's what it's like. Some days it's hard to keep going for the long haul, when quitting and getting a job would seem like a much easier option. Anybody who's ever run a business knows exactly what I'm talking about there. Some days are hard because, if I get projected onto or assumed about or put on a pedestal, which of course eventually I will fall because I'm not perfect and I don't want to be put on a pedestal. I'd rather get on with the producing a video like this or writing a book or whatever, and that's tough. And then there are the one-to-one sessions, the group calls, and the simple exchanges of progress, shared love and care that makes it all worthwhile, even on those hard days. So thank you, Amanda, for this amazing question. I've really appreciated this. It's making me a little bit lightheaded to take such a zoomed out look at what we're doing and why. So I really appreciate that. And thank you everyone who tuned in live. Jill, I see you there. Laura, I see you there. And everybody else, thank you so much for tuning in live. And so big shout out to those who are listening to the replay. So if you're catching this as a replay, just pop in #replay and your comment in the comment section so that we'll get notifications of your comments and any questions that you may have. So I hope you really enjoyed this video. And I would love to hear your thoughts or your main takeaways from what you've heard in this video today. I'd love to encourage you to even make a post about this in your own social media platform. Like, what does a impact-driven business look like from your end? If you're in business, what impact are you making? And what are the things that maybe you struggle with and you really enjoy about your journey? So thank you so much, everyone, for sharing this space with me today. This has been really one of the highlights of my day today. And thank you for being a part of our vision of creating a more compassionate and effective world, individuals and leaders all around the world. So I really hope that you'll have a day full of wonder. Take care of yourself, stay safe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.